you have to have a certain level of like willingness to commit to doing something. You have to spend some time. I would say sometimes taking that first step is really important. Because the effect will snowball. Like I said back then, just one day I decided to, just try something new, and now I'm here. So I think to all those people who are thinking, even if you're not sure, just do it first. Just do it. You have to commit to it. You have to be a bit disciplined.
So maybe we can start off by you could start off by introducing yourself and what you're up to these days.
So my name is Dickson, and I recently I've been working at this company for about almost 2 months. So my title is a business analyst. For those who don't know what a business analyst is, although it might sound like it's not an IT job, but it's actually still within the IT industry. So do you want me to go?
Go for it. Like
so,
a lot of data, right? I assume. Or no?
Depends, because this title is quite versatile in a way where every company view it differently. But I'll just go with the textbook description of what a business analyst do. So basically, what we do is just think of it as you're the facilitator between your clients and your technical team. So your job requirement is to basically understand what your client wants, because your client usually don't know the technical stuff, and sometimes they don't even know what they want. So your job is to understand what they want, and then you analyze whether it's doable or not, and then you have to translate those requirements to your technical teams. Something like that.
So you need to have both the technical ability, also the people skills.
Yeah.
So you would say that your experience at Sigma School helped with what you're doing these days, would you say?
Yes, but on the technical side, because truth to be told, before this, like the reason why I came to Sigma School in the first place was I was a fresh grad back then, and I actually had like a IT degree. So people would think like, if you're an IT degree, then why still come learn coding? Shouldn't it be taught in your uni? But my degree was mainly focused more on the computer network side. So all your servers and stuff like that. So I only learned like very basic codings back then. And then afterwards, after I graduated, I've been like, taking a break here and there. And then eventually, reality hits. I realized that, the job market is actually very competitive. So, and then it was at the end of the year, I think it was last year. So not many companies are hiring. So I decided, instead of like just sitting around, why not like upskill myself? And then one of the skills that I lacked was like maybe coding back then. So I signed up for Sigma School. And then I would say after the course, after the bootcamp, I'm still like a bit lost on what I want to do, because I never really thought about which direction I want to head towards within the IT industry. Or maybe sometimes I doubt myself and thinking that maybe I'm not meant for IT industry after all. So after the bootcamp, I was like applying jobs, looking for internships, and then eventually around this year, May, I landed an internship as like a front-end intern. Front-end developer intern. So I went, and then I interned there for about 3 months, and at the end of it, I realized that, actually, maybe I'm not someone that's really into coding. And this is part where people would think that, then why did you waste your 3 months in the bootcamp? I would say that's not true, because this 3 months bootcamp, what it helped me was, it gave me the technical skills, even though I didn't really enjoy coding, but I still learned something. The other thing is, it helped me realize something about myself. So it gave me like a better idea of what I want to do, or my preference and stuff like that. And afterwards, I would also say it indirectly helped me landed my current job, something like that. The reason being, even though business analyst is not a very technical job, it's not too technical, because you're usually not very involved in the technical coding stuff. But at the end of the day, having an understanding of whether or not something could be done, or like having certain knowledge of the technical stuff, will help you understand your clients better. Because sometimes your client doesn't know, but you know. So you can help them understand the requirement better, and in a way, provide more value. So it also helped with your analytical skill.
Yeah.
So thinking, like logical thinking, all those stuff, I feel like even though the hard skill is not applied in my current job, but a lot of the soft skills, the way of thinking, all those stuff, it definitely helped. Yeah.
So were you really interested in like full stack development when you came across Sigma School?
I wouldn't say so because, fresh grad, like
Yeah.
lost, like I was just like trying things out, that
Trying
kind of
things
thing.
out, okay.
But what piqued my interest in the first place was, okay, usually everyone's first impression of web development is, oh, I get to make cool websites.
Yeah.
So that applied to me as well. And that's why I think like, oh, being able to build a website, isn't so bad, If I do it as a job, then good for me. But if I don't, then it's a skill that I know. Maybe in the future I'll pick it up as a hobby or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So like at what point of Sigma School did you realize that maybe this is not like what I want to pursue, or did you not know when you were doing it?
Actually, throughout the 3 months bootcamp, I actually thought it was quite okay. Like
Yeah.
I actually quite enjoy it. Back then we had like what was it again? Our final project, right? We had to make like a complete website. Yeah, actually, even though it was like I was a bit challenged during that time, but I find it quite interesting as well, lah. But then again, what they teach you and actual working environment is different.
Okay.
So the way I thought about it was during the bootcamp, obviously I know the instructor tried to simulate the real world experience as much as possible, but actually working sometimes is also a bit different because there are just so much more things, and then there's a lot of new tech stacks that I didn't know. Yeah, about my internship. Actually, because during the bootcamp, you guys taught React and it was Vite, right? But for my internship, they were using Next.js framework. So thankfully, I had like the React foundation. So picking up Next.js wasn't, okay, I wouldn't say it wasn't challenging, but it wasn't that bad, But still, during the 3 months internship, it was there were challenges, I'll just say, that I had to overcome, and then eventually, yeah, I just thought it wasn't for me, lah. And if you're wondering how I found out about business analyst, this field was during my internship, because it's project based, right? I'm assigned to this project, and usually there's like a project manager. So at that time, my project manager, she also worked in a way like a business analyst. So what she did was she talked to client and client tell her what they want, and then she tell us what to do. So I thought like, oh, actually that's quite interesting. And then I never really thought about me doing it because I'm actually quite introverted.
Okay, yeah.
So I never really wanted to do like client-facing roles. But then I did more study about the role, and then turns out, yeah, it is client-facing, but it's not like sales. You don't talk to your client 24/7, something like that. So yeah, that's eventually how I got into the business analysis field. Yeah.
So do you feel like this is much better of a fit for you right now than maybe being a straight up developer?
Yeah, definitely.
Where was your head at when like you just finished the bootcamp? Like, were you thinking like, oh, I can do full stack development or front end or whatever? This is what I want to do, or were you like, I'm not sure, but I just have these skills now, so let's see what I can do with them? Like, where was your mind at?
It was more of the latter because me personally, I'm not a person that's very confident.
Okay.
Yeah. So I would never overestimate myself. I would think like, oh, this is enough for me to apply for something. I would just see like, oh, let me just try. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, then better luck next time. That kind of thing. Yeah.
But remind me again, what did you study during uni? You got a degree at Sunway, I assume?
Yeah.
Okay,
Sunway.
okay.
So I did IT, but it was more towards cybersecurity and computer networking.
Okay. So at that point, like, were you drawn to that specific field of study, or again like?
Well, the harsh reality is, okay, I did my uni internship as like a network engineer back then.
Okay.
So the reason why I didn't want to pursue that was because I feel like there's no work-life balance.
Okay.
Because you always have to work overtime or you have to be on standby 24/7. So after my internship, I was like, maybe it's not something I would want to do.
Okay.
As for cybersecurity, it's also like a very big field. So the truth is, cybersecurity field, the barrier of entry is very high.
Yeah.
So you have to be a very disciplined, like those people that really wants to improve themselves, like really go for every certificates, all the hackathons, all those stuff to maybe even get a chance, like to impress the employers. But for me, obviously, like for most people, I'm talking about most people, you usually just try to get by. You know how youngsters nowadays lah.
Yeah.
You just try to get by
just
and then
get
see
by,
where
yeah.
it goes. That's why I didn't have much luck with the cybersecurity field. I had some offers, but it's not something that I would want to explore into.
Yeah.
That's why I was like pretty lost in a way where I started like I had a period of time where I was like doubting myself, thinking whether I made the right choice, all those stuff.
Yeah. So that was what kind of led you to be like, yeah, let me try to upskill, see what else is out there, and you saw Sigma School.
That's right.
So then, like, what was the journey like from first seeing Sigma School to actually like enrolling and paying the fee? Because it's a bit of a commitment in my opinion.
Yeah.
So how much convincing did it take you, or was it like, let's just do this?
It's actually quite spontaneous, to be honest. It's just
Really?
like one day I was having breakfast with my parents, and then I'm like, hey, you know what? I was talking to my mom. I was like, right now I'm not really doing anything, and since the job market is like not really hiring right now, why not I just like do like a boot camp or something? And my mom was like, oh yeah, go ahead. And then I'm here. Yeah,
Wow.
I understand about the commitment, but then since you guys had like the money back guarantee, kind of stuff, so I wasn't really worried about that.
Yeah.
Because okay, even if the worst case scenario, afterwards my mindset was, even after all this, I don't get to use whatever I learned, but I still learned something.
Yeah.
So I'm more like I try to look at what I get out of it instead of like you know what I'm trying to say. I'm not really good at expressing it. Yeah.
But then so coming from like an IT background, like this is like not so foreign like what you studied in uni. At least it's like in the technical world as opposed to like if you study like what marketing or something, you go for coding and be so difficult.
Yeah.
So what was it like? The classes were like the modules. Was it difficult or was it easier for you to pick up?
Definitely having IT or just tech background will definitely make this easier. For our first module, it was the JavaScript basics. I already learned that back in my degree, so it was okay. Maybe it's more like a revision for me. So I would say the first part really helped, but eventually, definitely when we venture into more specific tech stacks and stuff like that, it got a little bit more foreign for me, definitely.
Okay.
So it's not that it's easy, but it helped lah. It helped. Yep.
So but when you first came in, maybe you were like, okay, this is like quite familiar. I have a bit of an edge. At one point, you were like, okay, maybe I gotta start locking in a bit more.
Yeah.
So what was that overall experience like at Sigma School? Like you were coming for some of the real online face-to-face classes, right?
Yeah.
Like how was the learning experience like, the community and stuff like that?
I would say for my batch, actually for my batch, most people were doing online. So there were a few doing physical. And then I also had some class where I did online because I couldn't come. So I would say it's actually quite laid back. Everything was like structured. So we also had like a schedule. So the instructor also made sure we were on time and everything. I wouldn't say, it's pretty laid back. I feel like if you just follow the instruction and do what you're supposed to do, I feel like anyone can do this.
So if you stay up to date and don't like fall behind too much.
Yeah, just don't fall behind. You have to commit to it. You have to be a bit disciplined.
So after you complete you finish Sigma School, then what was that period like when you got that first internship? Like what was that gap like from like finishing Sigma School to internship? Was it like straight away you found something or did it take a while?
It took a while because my batch ended right before Chinese New Year. So during Chinese New Year, I basically spent the entire February just chilling. Okay. And then only starting March, I started locking in back a bit. So I was like job hunting here and there. So I was looking at the job descriptions for other developers' jobs. So obviously they use some other frameworks that I don't know. So I try to learn a bit of those. So I self-learn a bit, and then I try some coding projects. Not like very hardcore. I'm not those kind of people. I'm not like hardcore coder, but I try to learn try to learn something new. And then it's just a lot of applying, a lot of interviews, a lot of rejections. That's just the reality. You know, it's not like you do this bootcamp, you guarantee a job. You have to have a certain level of like willingness to commit to doing something. You have to spend some time. So it's about 2 months, 3 months of job searching, and then eventually the internship offered me lah. The reason why I even went for the internship was because it's actually not a really bad idea, because it's not like a full-term commitment.
Yeah.
It's like a 3 months thing. I can kind of like test water and see whether it is where I want to go. Yeah, and eventually it worked out lah. I would say it worked out quite well.
Yeah. But how did you feel like when you finally got that offer for internship, like after like months of like getting rejected?
Relief, because one thing about being a fresh grad is seeing your circle of friends. They all started like landing jobs. They all started like becoming. Obviously, everyone had their own struggle, but you see them just like being on track of their life, that kind of thing. You feel like you fall behind. I'm pretty sure this applies to a lot of the young people nowadays. They feel like they're falling behind. So the moment I landed the internship, at least even though for that 3 months, you feel like you're not wasting your time. Even though back then I was like job searching and stuff like that, I still feel like I'm wasting my time. I feel like I'm not spending my time where I'm supposed to spend it. So just having something to do just takes that burden off my mind. I feel very relieved. Yeah.
So what were like, I know you talked about it briefly, but like that just 3 months for the internship, right?
Yeah.
What was that whole experience like in terms of what you were doing and also how you felt about what you were doing?
It's actually quite similar to what we learned in a way where, because we also use React framework. So, but it's not like I was working on the entire website.
Okay.
I believe people who came to Dickson, they have also been told that in a real world scenario, they don't expect you to work on an entire website yourself. Yeah. So how it was like back then was you get assigned to a project. Obviously, back then I had a senior guiding me. So components, that's like a thing in React. So basically, what I did was like recreating components, reusable components, very similar to what we learned. But it's more like you have to follow a deadline lah, and there's also a certain expectation you have to meet, that kind of thing. But overall, I would say my colleagues back then were quite willing to teach, all quite friendly. So it wasn't a bad experience. It's just that
it was the right match.
It doesn't really fit me.
Yeah. At what point do you realize like, okay, maybe I'm not going to fully commit to this?
It's like towards the end of my internship. It's almost at the end already. Okay. Because that's when I started thinking like, oh, what's next? After the internship, what's next? That kind of thing.
Okay. So you weren't really even thinking like, am I going to stay in this company? You're already thinking like, okay, what am I doing after this?
I mean, obviously the possibility of staying in a company were there. Like I was thinking about it, but I was thinking of something else as well.
Yeah. So like, how did you feel like maybe you graduated from Sunway and then you were thinking, okay, things are not really happening right now. Let me upskill. Then you go join this coding bootcamp, and then you get a role, but then you realize, okay, maybe this is not the right move right now. Like maybe this is not the right fit for me. It takes a lot of like, it's a big jump to like turn around in another direction after you came here for a while. Did you feel that way? Yeah,
but the thing is, well, one thing I also learned throughout this entire journey was that sometimes like comparison is the what's the term again? Comparison
thief
is
of
the
joy.
Thief of joy. So there's no point really looking at other people and think you're falling behind. And then sometimes making the right choice is the most important thing, no matter how much time it takes. So would I say I made the right choice now? I am still not sure, but at least it's a better choice.
It's a better choice.
And let's just say down the road, I change my mind again. But I'm always learning something.
Yeah, that's true. You're always learning a lesson. I know you touched on this earlier, but like, can you go a bit more in depth of how you found your current job, your current role as a business analyst?
I see. Okay, this one. Okay, after my internship,
Okay.
I was still looking for dev jobs,
Okay.
but I was also looking for business analyst job.
Okay.
And then I noticed business analysts, they have a set of requirement they need as well. But it's more so on the documentation, client facing skills that you need.
Yeah.
Mainly soft skills.
Yeah.
So I try to work on that. I also try to watch some videos, like you do those day in the life videos and see what they're doing. And then I was applying to business analyst jobs as well. Also, again, lots of rejections.
Yeah.
And then,
Like on what, LinkedIn?
yeah, LinkedIn, JobStreet, whatever, anything, all the job websites. I even went to career fair, all those stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's tough.
It's tough. So how I landed it was, it's been a while. It's been quite a while before I got a job. And then I started thinking maybe the problem is not me. Like I look at my resume, maybe my resume is not that updated.
Okay.
So I take a look at my resume and I noticed like it's quite general. I didn't really tailor it to a specific job.
Yes.
So this is one of the skills that I realized too late. Resume is very important.
Very important.
So I basically redid my resume and then I applied again. And I got an interview. So the process actually wasn't that long. Like it only took like 2 weeks before I got the offer.
Oh, after you started shifting your resumes and
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah,
that was the big change.
Yeah. So resume, I applied. The day after, they got back to me. And then I arranged we had like 2 stages of interview. And then shortly after that, I got the offer. But I feel like, obviously, you have to package yourself nicely. Because me transitioning into a field that's quite foreign to me, I have to highlight my transferable skills. So like I mentioned earlier, all the analytical skills, thinking, and just having technical knowledge is an advantage. All those stuff, I package them and I said it to my, currently they are like my superior. So at the time, I packaged it to them.
You came prepared.
Yeah. Basically, you had to really, even for the interview, you have to like study for it.
Yeah. But like you had some interviews for like these kind of roles, but you just got rejected.
Yeah.
So then did you learn some things in these interviews, like, okay, this is what I have to do, so next one I'm gonna be more like that?
Yeah. Usually after every interview, I try to ask for feedback.
Oh, really?
Sometimes they do provide you feedback, and sometimes it just ghost you.
Yeah.
And I try to learn from it. And then even sometimes I applied for a company, and then I'm already aware that I don't really want to go to this company, but I still attend the interview. Yeah, just to get the experience out of it.
Yeah, same honestly. Like there's some times where I go for interview, I'm like, there's no way I'm ever doing this job.
Yeah.
I don't even want to be here right now.
Yeah.
But then like it's a lesson. You can pick something up from that.
Yeah.
So then like what was like the differences between like a more technical interview, like with your front end job, your front end development job, and like maybe a more people facing kind of role? Like what were the key differences that you had to relearn and stuff like that?
Not much actually, because they are both quite different things. So for like a technical interview, usually obviously they give you like a coding test. Sometimes they want you to code on the spot. I feel quite pressured back then.
Yeah.
But as for the more client-facing one, I've never attended that many for business analysis, but mainly they also ask about the technical, quote-unquote technical stuff they ask, more like hard skill they asked was like whether I have experience in technical documentation, or like sometimes they do ask if you have coding background. They want to know if sometimes they value that skill. Yeah. So I would say definitely for tech interviews it's a bit harder.
A bit harder. So like having gone through like these like tech interviews where you feel the pressure of coding versus like maybe a more people kind of interview was like a bit easier, would you say? Does anything at all, like do you bring any value from what you learned at Sigma School to your job these days? Maybe any lessons?
Well, Sigma School, we mainly learn about web development, correct?
Yes.
So mainly it's about the design, but then the designing skill and stuff like that. Like what we learned was front-end coding, we also had to design our own website, stuff like that. So coming to this current job, obviously, my company already has a product. Everything is already been done. So, but then sometimes client wants customization. So they want to tweak the UI a bit and stuff like that. Of course, I'm not the UI UX designer, but you can kind of have an idea of whether or not their request is like doable, or is it like sometimes you have to tell them it's like a waste of money. Sometimes you just have to tell them it's not worth doing. And then it's more of those like little hidden, I would say, like hidden soft skills that you indirectly bring into it. But other than that, well, as a developer, sometimes you have to be good with people as well. Even though most of the time you spend in front of your computer coding, but eventually when you work as a group, with a group of dev, I feel like communication is very important. Because this is what I learned during my internship as well. Basically, my seniors were all talking like, oh, you have to tell us what you did and why you did what you did, that kind of thing. So communication skills, all those stuff, I feel like it's important as well.
Do you think you will ever go back into like the world of development or no way?
Currently, no.
Probably
but
not,
in the future, I don't know. Who knows? Yeah, maybe.
Is there a thing about it that makes it so that you don't want to go back to it? Maybe like some aspect of it you just don't enjoy. What would you say is the thing?
There is actually the first reason I started like wondering if I'm even suitable for this was because I was facing my computer the entire day. I feel like it's very tiring. In a way, it's not like physically tiring, but it's like bad for your eyes, and after an entire day of like coding, you feel very exhausted. And then I don't really talk to people, so I feel like it's not really fun. You know, there's no like fun at work. Working is really not fun. So you might as well make the most out of it. So back then, even though I was like introverted, but I enjoy working with people. So that's how I even started like exploring other possibilities. So I would say the main thing I didn't enjoy about coding was the lack of human interaction.
I think that's very important. Like life is just less exciting when like you're not working on people, right? Usually I always ask the question, coming from a non-technical, non-CS background, what did you have to relearn when you came to Sigma School? How did you have to shift your mindset? But for you, it's more like going from a technical background, how did you have to shift your mindset to become a business analyst, client-facing, stuff like that? Like, what did you have to change to really like do well in a job like this?
Definitely, for me, the toughest challenge is talking to the client, because I'm introverted and I'm not a very I'm always afraid of screwing things up. So sometimes when I talk to client, I don't really like to make assumption. So I try not to be too confident in something. So that's a mindset that I try to adopt. I don't know if that makes sense, but like I don't want to tell them something that's doable and then afterwards I can't do it. And then I screw up. So I would say just don't make assumption. Don't assume you know something.
Like under promise and over deliver. Have you like made any mistakes so far with clients that you were like, oh, why did I do that? But it was a good learning experience.
Not yet. Hopefully I won't. Hopefully I won't as well. But currently not yet.
Like you go for like real meetings and stuff. Like, Do you ever feel like a bit nervous before?
Because it's something new to me, and then sometimes I have to write the minutes of meetings. So clients, it's also like in an industry where I'm not very familiar with. For some context, my company is a software company, but then our product mainly focuses on debt collection. So it's more towards the finance, those kind of thing. There's a lot of finance jargons that I don't understand. So during meetings, they were like throwing those fancy words around, and then I had to like take note, and then a lot of confusion, a lot of talking to my seniors to get clarification, all those stuff.
So like how do you feel about your role now? Like, do you feel like okay, this is something that I could be doing, or you're still figuring things out, let's see how it goes? Like, where's your head at in terms of your job, your career?
I feel like it's actually not bad because my colleagues are friendly, and then the job is not. It's something I actually kind of enjoy doing. I could definitely see myself doing this, but yeah, I'll see where it goes lah. But currently, there's nothing that's like changing my mind lah. Maybe I still need to get used to a bit of the job nature, like talking to clients. I have to be a bit more proactive in that sense lah.
Okay. So last few questions. What do you have a goal? Like in 5 to 10 years, like what would you like to be doing, or where would you like to see yourself? I don't know if you have a job idea, but if not a job, then in general, like what would be a good place to be?
Well, for me, I don't really. I'm the type of person that try to not make myself too important at work because I don't want to work a lot.
Okay.
So, hopefully in 5 years, I'll be in a senior position.
Okay.
But obviously, I have to provide value lah in what I do. I must have a purpose in life. I want to know that what I'm doing has a purpose. So there's a lot of people that say, man, you don't have to love your job. You just have to love what it allows you to do.
Yeah.
And for me, my dream is to travel around the world.
Okay.
So hopefully in 5 years, I'm good enough, whether in my business analyst role or in whatever job I'm doing in 5 years, it's good enough for me to do what I want. I just want to live a nice fulfilling life.
Yeah. Like where you want to go? Like what's your dream places to travel?
Well, the most popular Asian countries definitely Japan, Korea, and then European countries, all those. Yeah, a lot of places I want to go. Yeah. So working towards that right now.
So maybe a great life in 5 to 10 years, you're working a job that you can do well.
Yeah.
And it's not like too difficult. Like you can do it, and it's comfortable, and then it gives you enough to explore the world and do fulfilling, fun things.
Yeah.
Okay. And then for anyone thinking about joining Sigma School, what advice would you give them as someone who did the whole bootcamp?
Well, I'm gonna be really honest.
Okay.
Even if you're unsure of doing something, but if, let's just say, obviously, if your financial status allows you, or if you have the room to do it, I would say sometimes taking that first step is really important.
Yeah.
Because the effect will snowball. For me back then, it's like I said back then, just one day I decided to just try something new, and now I'm here.
Yeah.
So I think to all those people who are thinking, even if you're not sure, just do it first.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Yeah, just like sitting around doing nothing won't do anything.
Don't do anything,
Also
exactly.
open some doors and see.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I think that's a great way to close things off.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you.